One of the best places to catch baseball is in the sunny Arizona desert during spring training. And one of the most popular teams people like to see is the Chicago Cubs. Welcome to the complete guide for Chicago Cubs spring training. The Chicago Cubs are one of the Cactus League's biggest draws every spring. Spring training usually runs from around mid-February to late March. Players usually report to their teams in mid-February, with games beginning around a week later. The Cubs play their home spring training games at Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona, around a 20 to 30 minute drive from downtown Phoenix. Each spring, the Cubs play around 15 to 20 games at Sloan Park, which holds up to 15,000 fans for Cubs games. Built in 2014, the $100 million complex holds 7 practice fields plus Sloan Park. The complex also has a city park nearby, hotel space, and parking that holds around 5,000 cars in total. Sloan Park was designed to be a mini Wrigley Field in a way, or an Arizona version of Wrigley, a Wrigley West, if you will. The nods to Wrigley include the light towers on the roof, meant to pay tribute to the ones in Wrigleyville. The outfield berm is meant to recreate the iconic Wrigley Field bleachers in its shape and the slope. Other homages to Chicago include the iconic brick, which made its way into Sloan Park, as well as the rooftop seats, which is paid tribute through the left field rooftop party deck. Before spring training games start, the Cubs will hold team workouts for around 1 to 2 weeks. Some of these practices are open to the public and take place at the practice fields next to Sloan Park. They often begin at 9 or 10 in the morning and run till around 11 or 12, lasting for around 2 to 3 hours. Watching team practices is a great way to get up close and personal with your favorite team or players, and see what Major League Baseball is like outside of a game environment. These team workouts are free, and most of them are open to the public. Especially during the week, it isn't always a crowded environment, especially compared to a game. You can hear players talking with one another, managers and coaches giving instructions, and get a real intimate experience. Pitchers and catchers usually report before the rest of the roster, usually around a week or so, but it can vary from player to player and from team to team. Team practices are also a great way to try and meet your favorite players, get an autograph, or a selfie. Your best bet is probably when practice is over and players are finished up for the day. Before leaving, many players will meet fans alongside the fences and sign autographs. Now I'll take you to see what a Chicago Cubs spring training game is all about. To get to Sloan Park from outside Mesa, taking the 101 or 202 is the most common way to get to the park. When you get to the park, it can get pretty busy in the streets around the stadium. Parking is around $10 or so to park next to the stadium in one of the grass lots, but they can get very packed. Sometimes there are also shuttles available for Cubs games. To the east there is Mesa Riverway Plaza, and to the west there is Tempe Marketplace. You could also park there if you wanted to, just be prepared for a bit of a walk. At Sloan Park, there are also a few paved lots for VIP parking, as well as handicap parking. Entering the stadium, there are a few different gates depending on where you park and where you are coming from. There is the home plate gate, first base gate, right field, and center field gates. The ticket office is by the first base gate if you're going to get tickets on game day. Tickets for Cubs games can sell out, so do be aware of that. In addition to getting tickets at the box office, you can also get tickets on the Cubs website or any of the ticket resale sites where you can sometimes find some good deals, especially at the last minute. The outfield lawn area is all general admission, while the stadium seats are traditional assigned seats. The concourse is open all the way around the playing field, so you can easily walk around, explore the stadium, while always seeing what is happening on the field. Most of the concourse is also covered, which gives you a nice break from the Arizona sun. In the left and right field corner, you can find each team's bullpen respectively. Before the game, you can easily watch either team's starting pitcher warm up before they take the mound. The main scoreboard is out in left field behind the party deck. There's also a small simplified score box along the third baseline. If you are looking to grab some Cubs or Cactus League merchandise, there are a few options around the stadium, with the main team shop being between the first base and right field gate. Of the around 15,000 fan capacity, a little over 9,000 of those are traditional stadium seats, with the lawn seating holding a little over 4,000 fans. The Cubs dugout is located on the third base side, with the visitors dugout being on the first base side. All the seats in the stadium bowl area do come with cup holders to hold your beverage of choice. If you'd rather stand, there's plenty of standing room all throughout the park, with great views throughout, including some drink rails. If you're looking for some seats in the shade, you want to stay away from the outfield, as you can get quite a bit of sunshine out there. Sections 107 to 116 will be shaded by the time first pitch comes around, at the usual 1 p.m. start time, other than the first few rows down the line. By the time the game reaches the halfway point, the shade will extend to around section 102. Gates to the stadium usually open around 2 hours before game time, with 1 p.m. games being the most common. Bags are allowed, they just have to be smaller than 16 by 16 by 8, and you are allowed to bring in an unopened plastic water bottle, which you can then refill at the drinking fountains around the stadium. If you are looking to snag autographs, along the first and third base lines are the best spot inside the stadium, depending on if you are a fan of the Cubs or the visiting team. Before or after the game, your spot to be is on the dirt road path if you want to grab some autographs. The dirt path is lined with bushes and ends near the home plate gate by Clark Street. Starting players will sometimes leave the game during the game, and this is the path they take back to the clubhouse before going home. For food and drinks, the stadium has of course your ballpark classics, hot dogs, burgers, popcorn, lemonade, beer, and so on. There are also some local flavors, both from Arizona and from Chicago, including pizza and sandwiches. You won't leave the ballpark hungry, but be prepared to have them be costly, especially the fancier or unique ballpark food options. Around the stadium there are also local shopping centers and plazas that I mentioned, in addition to a hotel and local parks. When the game is over, the 101 and 202 freeways are nearby to get you on your way home. However, be prepared for rush hour traffic after 1 p.m. games. And with that, this has been the complete guide to Chicago Cubs spring training. The Cubs are one of the most popular teams in both the Cactus League and the major leagues as a whole. Whether you're a diehard Cubs fan or just want to check out the stadium for one game, the Cubs in Sloan Park offer one of the best experiences in the Cactus League. From the unique ballpark design modeled after Wrigley Field to the ballpark concession options, Cubs fans traveling to Arizona will feel right at home. Thank you for watching this breakdown on everything you need to know for Chicago Cubs spring training. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe for more spring training content. Let me know below what your favorite spring training ballpark is. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.